the core product solution, which is called on-demand liquidity, has really taken off. And that's using the bridge asset, in this case, XRP, to move that value more and beyond messaging between sender and receiver. And that started with just a couple of countries that would actually allow that product. 3, as a matter of fact, a couple of years ago. We're up to 40 plus now where that is a viable solution, and it's been an enormous uptake. So we're excited about that, but we're just scratching the surface. And back to where I started, big banks and financial institutions are much more interested today than they certainly were 5 or 6 years ago. We rolled out the product the first time.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly moving up. We know on the weekend we're the only game in town. Now, yesterday we had yield rates get pushed down. Only thing you had to do is look at the repo. And then, of course, guys, we have the dollar down slightly. And then in crypto, we have volume up right now. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Circle rolls out open source protocol Perimeter to help build tokenized credit markets. And guys, we know everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And we have plenty of distractions set up so the NWO can build. And speaking of the NWO, we have the Fed. Repo at 1.5 trillion. And we know that's going to manipulate the bond market, which is going to drop yield rates. So guys, make sure you're looking at all the indicators. And then we know the geopolitical events. And guys, we have the government shutdown looming. And we know this is a distraction they want us to see because they're doing something bigger behind the curtain. And we know what that is. They need a few years in order to build this 4th industrial revolution. They have the foundation laid. Now it's time to build. So we know the master magicians are about to pull off the trick. And I'm going to do a Patreon video on this, but it's going to be more than one event. It's going to be constant events in order to keep the people distracted. Like I stated, anything in the mainstream media, like the government shutdown, anything that they want you to see, you have to look behind the curtain. We know the goal, the 4th industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Now we have Georgia getting ready to roll out a CBDC pilot. And guys, I don't care what country you go to, they all have a plan for this digital transformation. And in order for this digital transformation to happen, America to Babylon has to fall along with the United States World Reserve currency. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale, send about $22.1 billion. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Invesco Galaxy applies for Ethereum spot ETF. And we know right now the SEC is not approving anything spot because, of course, guys, it take the casino out. And then we have Bitwise intends to begin trading Ethereum Futures ETFs on Monday, October 2nd. And guys, when you hear futures, we know they're just betting on the price. The casino is wide open. And we have Valkyrie waiting on SEC approval before their launch. Now we have Fireblocks acquires Blockfold to expand tokenization capabilities. And we know the power of smart contracts. It's going to change everything that we do, every single industry. Also, it's going to take a lot of jobs. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Chainlink CCIP now live on BNB Chain. And we see Swift is not discriminating against Binance. Remember, Chainlink is bringing all this data from all these blockchains and bringing it into Swift. They're going to have all this data. And like I stated, guys, they're going to know you better than you know yourself. And AI just makes it smarter. And lastly, we have Google Cloud is now a validator on Polygon Network. And we see Google Cloud, Amazon AWS, Microsoft's Cloud. They control majority of these projects, and we know they're going to be controlling majority of these validators. Remember, Bitcoin and crypto was supposed to get rid of the big banks and big corporations, but we see the big banks and big corporations have taken over crypto. And someone told me this was all part of the plan from the beginning. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. Long COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.
The core product solution, which is called on-demand liquidity, has really taken off. And that's using the bridge asset, in this case, XRP, to move that value more and beyond messaging between sender and receiver. And that started with just a couple of countries that would actually allow that product. 3, as a matter of fact, a couple of years ago. We're up to 40 plus now where that is a viable solution. And it's been an enormous uptake. So we're excited about that, but we're just scratching the surface. And back to where I started, big banks and financial institutions are much more interested today than they certainly were 5 or 6 years ago. We rolled out the product the first time.